In crypto, speed matters, but trust matters more. At Caleb & Brown, you're never on your own. We connect you with your own personal broker and a 24/7 team, ready to help you buy, sell, or swap over 250 digital assets with one flat, transparent fee. No spreads, no slippage, no hidden costs. Get the best market prices through deep, aggregated liquidity executed by our professional trading desk. Your funds are secured with institutional-grade cold storage for total peace of mind. Track every move in real time with our intuitive client portal, anywhere, anytime. Whether you're trading as an individual, trust, or business, we give you speed, security, and peace of mind. Thousands of clients in over 100 countries already trust Caleb & Brown. Visit calebandbrown.com and start your personalized crypto journey today.
And welcome in to another episode of the Blockchain Brew Show. Let me adjust myself a little bit. Guys, welcome in. Happy Thanksgiving. As you can tell, background yet. So, guys, it is still, we still have all the reasons in the world to give thanks. Because God is on the throne. We have food and shelter and family and friends. We have the Brew Crew. We have good beer. You know, I'm going to be a little bit late on the ASMR pop today because I got to finish the one I just started before I pop the next one. Guys, I just picked up a case of this. This is my favorite beer that Monkish has ever released. It's called Cousin of Death. Sorry, I might be a little sniffly from the weekend. Caught like a 24-hour cold, but I gave that 24-hour cold a 3-piece and knocked that thing out. So, you know, or maybe it knocked me out. Who knows? How many episodes have you guys done? That's a good question. We have like 300 videos, you know, posted on our YouTube. So that's a mix of everything: live streams, pre-records, and shorts. But by far what we do the most is live streams. We do have quite a few pre-records as well. So I don't know, maybe the ratio is like 200 live streams, you know, 60 or 70 pre-records and 30 shorts or whatever. I don't know. I'll have to find that out, and I'll have to start putting the episode on the thumbnail or something like that. So that's a good idea. So guys, we'll go ahead and dive into it today. Guys, today is T-Square's late day, and he really got slammed at work today. So it's just going to be me unless he hops in on from his phone or something like that, or makes it home and jumps on just to say hi. So yeah, that's where we're at. Music is loud, Daily says. Got you. The thing about this track is it gets loud for a minute and, you know, at the peak, and then it fades down. But I'll go back to the old track for right now. T-Square's wife made all of these though, so definitely appreciate her for more reasons than that. But drop a +1 in the chat for Sarah. It sounds more sad, she said. Maybe that track will have to be our dump music then, our breakup music. Our breakup with Bitcoin music. I don't know. Oh yeah, this one is way happier. All right, guys. So let me pull up the Caleb and Brown weekly roll up. Let's get into my Gmail first. Let's see here. Pick the right one. Got that up. And share my screen. And like I said, the border here is still a Thanksgiving border, so it doesn't look like they put Christmas border up yet. I might just leave this how it is until they release the Christmas one. What do you think about that? I guess I could just go back to nothing, but that's no fun. Could just go back to nothing, or that one's a little too flowery for me, How about harvest icons? No, everything's too much in the center of the screen. That's why I like this one. Unless, here's autumn harvest. No, that one looks like a mushroom trip. So it's gonna have to be pumpkin garden. For now. There's turkey and pie though, but nothing that you see in the perimeter of the border looks anything like turkey or pie. So I guess you can see the feather down there. See, this is why pumpkin garden is the best border right now. You got to admit, unless we want to take you back to Halloween and get some haunted house or some what's this one called? Cute spooky pattern. Okay, I don't know about that, but let's see here. Upside down world. Okay, that one's scary, I guess. Dia de los Muertos. All right. But guys, we're gonna stick to pumpkin garden for right now. How about that? Did you see Pal's history lesson today? Just a big middle finger to Trump. Yeah, I didn't see it, but I was on X trying to get a recap of what was going on, and a lot of people said that it, just Pal and Condoleezza Rice and the panel that was up there just basically had like an academic powwow and didn't really say anything substantial. He was neutral in the sense that he was saying that he wasn't going to address monetary policy, right? So, if I understand that rightly, it was a nothing burger. Not to be confused with an In-N-Out burger or a Whataburger or a Five Guys burger. So, which one of the, drop in the comments, which one of those do you guys prefer? In-N-Out, Whataburger, or Five Guys? Not that Five Guys is, is region specific, but I hear it come up in the same conversation. Anyways, guys, is this a crypto show or what? Let me see. Five Guys is gross. Yeah, In-N-Out daily. In-N-Out is the business, I say that as a Californian. Do you actually think there is a reversal coming? Zerka in the chat calling me out on my title. Well, you want the short answer? The short answer is yes. The long answer is not yet. But I'm sorry, Zerka. Forgive me for my sins. Here in the world of YouTube, You do have to you do have to clickbait just a little bit. I don't think that it's clickbait though, as long as you provide content that honestly addresses what's in the title. If you put something in the title that's like more like 6 years old, if you put something in the title that you just like never address, and it's outrageous, that's real clickbait. So we will get into the charts, and I'm going to break down what Lux Algo is saying about everything here. So, but I do want to run this weekly news roll up first. So, we get this from Caleb and Brown, from Mr. Brown himself, and this recaps the news leading up to literally just a few hours ago. So, a whole week's worth of news cut off just a couple hours back, and so here we go. And you can get this in your newsletter or in your inbox by simply creating a free account. You don't have to fund it or anything. So there you go. Market highlights: Bitcoin fell 17.3% in November, its second worst monthly performance in 2025. You guys are red November. November is historically Bitcoin's best month. So a 17% drop in November is pretty hefty. Total crypto liquidations climbed to $1 billion as crypto sold off on Monday, November 24th. Metaplanet took out a $130 million loan secured with its existing Bitcoin to buy more Bitcoin. How about that? I think that is the move to make, guys. I do apologize if you can hear me sniffling. I would hate that if I were you. But I feel great. I just have that, leftover congestion. I had a bunch of people over on Thanksgiving, so, consequences. But yeah, I think, what Metaplanet is doing here is the way to go. Like, now I'm not advising anyone to go take out personal debt, consumer debt, to buy more Bitcoin. But I'm just saying, in an institutional fashion, to take out institutional debt at a low rate to stack Bitcoin that you're going to hold for 5 years. I mean, this is a killer position to do it in, and watch what they do, not what they say. So, Ethereum's Fusaka upgrade will be launched on the mainnet Wednesday, December 3rd. Okay, so watch the Ethereum price December 3rd. Guys, personally, I don't know about you, but I don't care about any Ethereum upgrade that ever happens from here on out. Like, my first year in crypto was 2021, and that was the year of the EIP 1559. Drop a +1 in the chat if you remember what EIP 1559 even was. If I remember right, EIP 1559 was actually the burn mechanism, right? It was the deflation mechanism on Bitcoin, on Ethereum, so that when as transactions and throughput increased on the Ethereum network, a certain amount of ETH was actually burned as network activity increased, thereby, in theory, creating a deflationary asset, right? And then it would be the following year, I believe, in 2022, was when Ethereum actually made the move to proof of stake. And, I remember that vividly, and it's... Ethereum, from a technical perspective, like, Ethereum continued to have its problems after that, and I just think that I just think it's a day late and a dollar short for Ethereum. Not in terms of institutional demand, but it'll always have that first mover advantage, but it's never going to be like the most advanced layer one. It's not going to catch up to Cardano or Algorand or Solana or HBAR or AVAX or NEAR. Like, it's just not going to catch up to any of these in terms of being at the technical cutting edge. I don't think. So MoonPay received a New York State trust charter authorizing it to provide crypto custody. U.S. Bank began testing its dollar-backed stablecoin on the Stellar network. The major U.S. indexes recovered much of early November's losses this week, notching their best week since June, as it became increasingly likely that the U.S. Federal Open Committee will deliver a 25 basis point rate cut at its December 10th meeting. Okay, so I'm glad this meeting is December 10th and not, the last meeting was at the tail end of October, And guys, here's my ASMR pop. Let's see here. Daily says, but don't you agree that ETH has firm footing on crypto market as number 2 asset? Tom Lee thinks so. Yeah, unfortunately, I do. I hate to admit it, but I do. I think that it will eventually change. That's just a long-term down the road thing. So. Poured a little too much head on that one, but there you go, guys. Cousin of Death. That's a double dry hop hazy double IPA coming in at 8.4%. Man, wish if Bitcoin could pump every day the same percentage as the IPA that I drink, we'd be in good shape. Let's see here. Okay, I'm glad this meeting is December 10th and not later in the month like October was, because if we get some bullishness out of this meeting, then we may have some bullishness coming sooner rather than much later. So, and by some bullishness, I just really mean a recovery. So there's that one for you, Zerka. Retail stocks saw a bid on Black Friday activity, while the NASDAQ, despite making some weekly gains, saw its first monthly loss since March, presumably due to concerns around inflated artificial intelligence stock valuation. Trading volume declined through the end of the week, presumably due to U.S. Thanksgiving. Thanks, Gussie, if you will. That's an inside joke. Anyways, in economic data, the U.S. Core Producer Price Index came in under forecast at 0.1% for September, indicating a potential slowdown in inflation pressures. The U.S. ISM Manufacturing Purchasing Managers Index, PMI, came in under forecast at 48.2, indicating that the business cycle is not yet in a stage of expansion. This occurs over 50. And in Australia, the Consumer Price Index for the 12 months ending October 31st, 2025, came in over forecast at 3.8%, owing largely to government policies aimed at addressing housing affordability through demand-side measures without considering supply. Weekly performance, guys, stocks were flying this week. How about that? S&P 500 up 3.7%, Dow Jones up 3.2%, and NASDAQ up a whopping 4.9%. That actually shows me that Bitcoin will probably catch up to that. I do think that today's move was manipulation. Like, there was really no bearish catalyst for the movement. Like, we had the monthly close yesterday, and then it just started tanking for no reason. So I don't know. U.S. ADP non-farm employment change comes out Wednesday, December 3rd. And U.S. Core Personal Consumer Expenditures Index comes out Friday, December 5th. Right, so you have December 3rd, December 5th, and ultimately December 10th as key dates to watch. So mark it on your calendar. If you're trading, stay cautious around those dates. Crypto market sector performance. It was another week where most crypto sectors saw losses. I'm going to skip past that, but you can see from the nice little chart right here how the different sectors did. And the answer to that question is they all did terribly. So there you go. Bitcoin opened the week at $86,808 and rallied to a high of $93,161 on growing certainty over the FOMC cutting rates at its upcoming December 10th meeting. And nothing has changed about that. So that tells me as well that the bullishness is going to return as we near that date, in my opinion. Trading volume declined throughout Thanksgiving weekend. And, let me back up. Look, guys, a lot of the November sell pressure was in large part due to the fact of the government shutdown at the beginning that was producing this uncertainty as to whether the Fed was going to fly blind at its December 10th meeting, right? Like the numbers, the PPI, the PMI, the CPI, all of this stuff, at first we did not know if the Fed was going to have access to this data. Bitcoin all-time high by end of December. That's ambitious, but it's not impossible. I do think we're going to recover in December. I'm not yet sure about all-time highs. I think that is pushed off for 2026. But everyone at X is blaming Japan for Bitcoin crash. Yeah, because the Japanese yield, going out of control. Let's see. Bitcoin opened the week. Okay, trading volume declined throughout Thanksgiving weekend, and the new week has seen price decline to below $87,000 on renewed market jitters surrounding the upcoming FOMC meeting. Total liquidations climbed to $1 billion through the sell-off, 2.5% for the week. Bitcoin dominance ranged between 59.2 and 59.5 this week. Bitcoin investment products saw $461 million US dollars of inflows this week. Short Bitcoin saw outflows of $1.9 million US dollars. November was the second worst monthly performance of 2025 for Bitcoin, with a 17.3% drop. The decline was marked by heavy ETF outflows, declining spot interest, and a spike in short-term holder losses, driven by uncertainty stemming from the U.S. government shutdown and the U.S. Federal Reserve's interest rate trajectory. Strategy Inc. has established $1.4 billion in cash reserve to ensure that it can meet its dividend and debt interest obligations even during Bitcoin downturns. The company holds 650,000 Bitcoin, but admitted it may sell Bitcoin or derivatives if its market-adjusted net asset value falls below 1, signaling that their Bitcoin holdings is not off the table despite the new reserve. Well, it would have to dip below 60 for that to happen, I think. So Metaplanet bought some Bitcoin. We talked about that. And Strategy bought 130 Bitcoin, bringing its total holdings to 650,000, with an average purchase price. An average purchase price of $74,436. Wow. If we're this close, guys, I officially believe that we are holding a higher low. I officially believe we are not going down to $74,000 and double bottoming the April low. You heard it here first, right here, live on the Blockchain Brew Show. I officially believe we're not going to do that. And that we are, in fact, going to continue to establish the hidden bullish divergence on the weekly chart that we've been talking about. A higher low from the April to November price with a swing down on the RSI, signaling a bullish divergence. I officially now believe that will be the case because, guys, MicroStrategy has a reason beyond just DCA. And don't get me wrong, DCA is the most powerful reason to buy. But I think that MicroStrategy has a reason beyond just DCA to be
MicroStrategy isn't going anywhere. Don't you guys worry about that.
But I was just telling everybody that I officially believe that we are going to hold a higher low from the April low. That we're not going to 74. I'd
be surprised.
MicroStrategy just bought 130 Bitcoin. And I guess, well, now that I think
how much dollars is that, Trent?
Yeah, I guess, yeah, come to think of it, I guess that's not that much, but if we're this close to MicroStrategy's, 1-for-1 value price, it's not anywhere near their liquidation price.
Well, did you know what just happened today too?
What?
You know what MicroStrategy also did?
Well, yeah, they talked about their cash reserve. Yeah,
well, he's just sold a bunch of strategy. But did you know how much they have that he's going to put in?
How much?
4.4 billion
into a cash reserve.
And what he's going to use for Bitcoin.
Well, right. The article, the roll-up just talked about this, though.
I missed part of it.
Yeah, a cash reserve. The company holds, Strategy Inc. has established a $1.4 billion cash reserve to ensure that it can meet its dividend and debt interest obligations even during Bitcoin downturn. So, they're not, I would not say, I think that it's a little bit of a taking poetic liberty with what's actually happening to say that they're putting this cash reserve aside because they actually think that they're going to be buying Bitcoin with it at these lower prices. I think that they are just being wise and prudent. Like, they have too much at stake to not have this cash reserve just in case. But as they have this cash reserve, they are also continuing to buy at these levels. And I get that that is just basic DCA. Like, I get that. But the price is this close to their 1-for-1 value, their 1-for-1 purchasing value on Bitcoin, that I don't know if they would be buying if they truly were certain that it was going to go down to 74.
I'm doing great, Daily. Thanks for asking. I have an Elysian Space Test IPA. I had a 13-hour and 45-minute day at work, and it's going to be good, man. I have all my overtime in for the week, and so now I don't have to I can't be forced to put another hour in. So tomorrow is normally a 12-hour day. So I'm going to be like, well, guys, I'm sorry that I'm leaving about 400 homes on the ground for you to figure out how to distribute through all the other drivers who don't have this rule in. And then I also found out that I may be losing my route, which I was like bittersweet, because I was like, well, why the hell would anybody want to bump my route? I was like, well, good freaking luck. I was all like, they got rid of the free trial, so they can't trial run it and then take it back. And I know exactly, and now I'll be free to bump somebody else, and I know who to bump. And I'm pretty excited about it, because I'm taking my truck with me. And also today, I got $100. Guys, if you ever want to tip your garbage man, it means the world to us during the holidays. Someone gave me $100 Cheesecake Factory gift card, so I am stoked. Trent doesn't know what that is. He lives in the desert, but it's where they make cheesecake and spaghetti and all this stuff, and I'm so excited to go. And Yeah, so it's been a pretty good day. I have half a vacuum right now sitting behind my seat that I found. I was hoping to find the other half, but I didn't, so I probably just need to get rid of it. I also got the snow pants back that I'll probably need to throw out too. I see LT says
there were a couple times where a truck driver gave me $100 tips after washing their truck.
Yeah, I mean, you literally, what we do when you guys give us a Christmas tip is we put a note on your account. I have like 20 of them. They have little stars and say, hey, take care of this customer. Don't charge them extras. Walk their can back, depending on the size of tip. Usually it's a $100 tippers get that. I walk them back all year long.
Yeah.
Says, do you think we go down a little more? LT says, I do think that, LT. I do think that on the monthly time frame we will go down more. I'm still in the ballpark of 70 or lower. I would like to go into the charts a little bit later and we could talk more about this. Trent, did you happen to see the links I sent you over on X?
Oh, no.
They're really good links.
Really. I most certainly did not, because...
You should play the video I sent you. One of them was a video. I went and found it for you.
Okay, let me speed through this roll up real quick.
Okay, also, guys, I just want to let you know I had a granola bar and a burrito from Starbucks at like 10 a.m. So this IPA is going to hit me faster than not fast.
Oh, yeah.
What's up, Zerka? I see you in here. I'm seeing you in the Discord, too. Shout out to everybody who's in the Discord, man. And thank you so much for showing up to the stream. It means the world to us, and I love doing this. And I was listening to somebody else talk today about retirement, and I really think we can change the world. And, I didn't tell Trent this, but I was looking at somebody today that was getting close to retirement age, and he's going gray, and he started losing his hair. He didn't know I was looking at him. And it kind of made me think a little bit about my dad, but I was thinking about this guy's work, what he's doing right now, fixing this truck. And what came to my mind was nothing matters on this earth that's money. But what matters is growing God's kingdom. That's everlasting. Like the thumbprint Adam placed into his kids, teaching them how to work hard, it reminisces in us humans today. But the soil that he dug up, like the fruit that he got from those trees, it's not here. But the stuff that he planted into his kids about God, that's the stuff that's eternal. We're here to build his kingdom. And when I was thinking about that, I was just like, whoa. I was like, it was pretty big. D-Not, you said, I have mentioned how much I enjoy the show, because I certainly do. D-Not, you're the stud of the studs on the show, man. You got the D for the stud in your name.
I'm genuinely interested.
He has the D too. Both my D friends got our members. Like, I love it.
I'm genuinely interested. Mainly for Daily and D-Not You, but also everyone who regularly tunes in here. DZ, Muffhead. We see LT all the time. We see Zerka all the time. Guys, if you resonate with this comment, that you genuinely enjoy this show, drop in the comment and just give us one reason why. I'm actually curious, and I'm not just trying to like hear good things about ourselves. I actually want to do some data gathering of what we can double down and do more of, because someone likes it, and there's more people where you have come from. So,
another thing too, I want to bring up, guys, we're gonna do another $100 giveaway on our Bitfire thing. Even if I have to pay for it out of my own pocket, it is gonna happen. But we have to get the new link up on X, right, Trent?
Yes.
Yeah, so guys, we'll have a new link up probably tomorrow, you think? I think we'll have it tomorrow?
Yeah, I think so, but I was gonna, I didn't want to bother you. I know you were off the shift. I was gonna talk to you about that off stream, but it's not going to be a deposit bonus this time. It's going to strictly be rewards for trading volume. So, yeah. Are you frozen?
No, I was thinking.
Oh, okay.
I'm processing what you were telling me to process.
Right. Yeah, it's we'll have an event banner and everything tomorrow, but it's strictly going to be rewards for trading volume.
Hey, this might be sounds kind of dumb, and I don't know if it's something we can do. If I was to give away the saxophone to anybody, would anybody be interested in that? And I can mail you the saxophone that I found.
Uh,
I don't know how much shipping it is, so I'm just genuinely curious. Would that be a fun giveaway to do? Just let me know.
oh, of course that would be a fun giveaway.
Yeah. I'd have to find it.
I love that answer, Daily. Yeah. So, anyways, but we'll figure it all out. It's not. I guess I don't mind saying it live on the show because it's just us. We're just family here. But basically, they want us generating more trading volume to be worth. They're giving away a lot of money in deposit bonuses. And people
watch trading.
Yeah, and people are not quite trading enough of their own money. So that's fine though.
Guys, if you like Trent and the fact that he was on time and I wasn't today, smash that golden like button for this guy who works so hard for the Brew Crew. You also have the subscribe bell right here. You ring a ding, ring a ding ding, and you ring a ding ding over there on YouTube and over there on Kick and Rumble. You can also find us, guys. So ring it, guys.
I actually think though it might be good. It might be a good change for us for a while, where every time we're showing an event banner, it's incentivizing trading, and and then when some volume spikes up, we'll go right back to our deposit bonuses. So
so we got D.U. I'm learning to use my MCP. MCP, is that Market Cipher Live? I think that's what it is, right? It's sampling DAW machine, so I am interested in getting some instruments at this point.
Oh,
so you're interested then?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Well, hey, that saxophone is a blockchain Brew relic,
Yeah.
Anyways, Ethereum opened the week at 2801, rallied to a high of $3,099 on Friday, November 28th, before declining to around $2,800 to start the new week, down 5.6% on a 7-day period. Ethereum dominance hovered around 11.6 and 12% this week. Ethereum-focused funds saw inflows of $308 million this week. Ethereum developers are preparing for the network's second upgrade of 2025 through Saka. Okay, I went over this at the beginning of the show. And altcoins, Over the Moon, Ledger, Quant gained 26% on the week. Good for Quant. Layer 1s declined. Of course they did. Aptos declined 21%. Monad declined 17%. Monad just came out too. So, we talked about this the day it came out, and we said that on launch, Monad was either going to do this or it was going to do this. And, it came. So, there you go.
Let's go. If you want to buy some Monad cheap, you'll get them nads. You don't need the Monad. You just need the nads, and you can build up a supply.
Yeah. Just make sure you're on the right ticker. Don't buy yourself any gonads. Make sure you're buying yourself some monads, not some gonads.
Monads.
If monad is the token, and you buy more than one, did you buy monad? No, I guess not, because if you buy 10 ADA, you don't buy 10 ADAs. I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess technically you do, but we don't say it like that. Okay, digital asset investment products saw $1 billion of inflows as sentiment began to recover at the start of the week. XRP ETF saw their largest weekly inflows on record, with $289 million flowing into funds. Vanguard reversed its earlier position on crypto ETFs. Of course they did. Guys, I wrote a script for BitBoy back in the day for this, and actually I'm gonna give him credit on this one, because I will always say when it was not my bright idea. Ben was the one that pointed this out to me. that Vanguard owns more shares of BlackRock than BlackRock does, and vice versa. BlackRock owns more shares of Vanguard than Vanguard does. So if BlackRock is pro crypto ETF, and all this time Vanguard was saying that they're anti crypto ETF, guys, it's for show. They were always going to flip that script. They were always going to come out and say that they're pro crypto ETF. Go ahead.
Also, guys, we all know that the ETFs have been accumulating this massive amount. Why have they been buying so much when Bitcoin was like, $20,000 to $60,000? Because they want to try to control the supply. They want to manipulate it. Guess what was causing Bitcoin to go down and filling these liquidation points? That was the big people playing, going after them leverage trades. They know they have almost unlimited money. If you go look at the outflow, which I can show you in a little bit, you can see that they were going after those big fish, man. They want to liquidate. They were trying to control the supply, and you have to be careful, man. You want the mature money. The mature money has a cost, and you know what they're doing? They're adjusting the cycles to be more like the stock market. They want to be able to have that control, but this is just short-term volatility. It's not long-term. They can't do this forever. They can only do it for so long, man. Nothing go along forever. I gotta check on one of my children.
Yeah, I'm glad you showed up though, because I've been needing to blow my nose for the whole show, and the fact that you were talking allowed me to do that. So let's see here, guys. Running the live stream solo is a talent. Everyone put a +1 in the chat for T Square. Because it is a refined skill. And every once in a while, I go live by myself when he can't, or I do a morning live stream by myself. And for a while there, I was getting a lot better at it. But hey, running solo is a talent. So proud.
I love it, Trent. Though, guys, realistically, I never would have made this show without Trent, and Trent never would have made it without me. So running solo, it is kind of weird, man. I don't know how a lot of YouTubers out there do it, dude. Even like Lifer, shout out to Lifer, who does it every single day by himself. Now he has a team, but the fact that doing it by yourself, it's monotonous. It's hard. It's a grind, man. And so I really, give everybody a shout out, man. The whole Vanguard thing. Vanguard was always going to, quote unquote, reverse its earlier position on crypto ETFs. They were always going to allow crypto ETFs. Like, it was just a matter of, they were going to wait to flip the script for the time that they wanted to do it. That's all. Screw you, Vanguard.
JP Morgan Chase proposed a new structured note tied to iShares Bitcoin Trust, offering investors 1.5x exposure to Bitcoin gains through 2028. Wow. If Bitcoin's price surges, returns could be substantial. However, significant losses are possible if price falls sharply. But I bet there's no liquidation risk though. So if you just hold on and DCA it, you can get 1.5x leverage on your Bitcoin with no liquidation risk. The only problem is you need to be doing that by selling your soul to JP Morgan and not owning your own Bitcoin in your spot wallet. So, that's the only difference. But to each his own. Hey, I could see myself doing it. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I shouldn't, and I wouldn't want to, but I would understand why someone would. So there you go. Screw that. Chase is the worst.
Yeah, they are terrible, man. They charge you for having a savings account. You're like, wait, you want to charge me to keep my money here?
I get it, guys. All I'm saying is I could see why someone would. I mean, if you get 1.5x leverage on your Bitcoin with no liquidation risk, that's pretty nice. But I would say there's better ways to do that. You can go on any exchange. You can go on BitFi, on BYDFi, and you can buy a 3x leverage to token. Maybe it's 2. You can buy a
Hey,
2 or 3x
wait.
leveraged token
What did I miss?
on Bitcoin with no liquidation risk.
Hey, what did Fed Powell say at 5?
Nothing. It was nothing burger.
That's what I thought. I was like, it was an emergency meeting.
No. It was not an emergency meeting, and he did not just take the podium himself. He was just part of a panel, and they were just talking academics and stuff.
What a dumb announcement somebody made.
Yeah.
Whoever said Powell was going to be speaking, they lied. He was just going to be there and look pretty.
Yeah, that's true, Daily. 1.5x is low risk anyways, so you're kind of saying like you may as well go on your exchange of choice and 1.5x leverage that instead of going, buying JP Morgan's product.
And
Screw
1.5x is
and screw Jamie Dimon.
Yeah, screw them both. In my defense, or their defense of the 1.5x, now, if you were in traditional stocks, like people I work with who or previously at Boeing, and they're like, oh, you can get 1.5x returns, that's incredible. They're like, the company's matching 20%, or it's like 10%, but you put 20% in there, they match you 12%. I'm like, guys, you don't understand the gains you get on a 1.5x compared to just a small match, like 10% match, and you have a 1.5x. Like, take the 1.5x 100% of the time versus the 10% gains. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, as a normal person who's looking at this, not somebody, and not any of you guys, because you guys are all very sophisticated beer, brew crew drinkers over here, water hydrations, that
you guys are way more hydrated than Jamie Dimon.
Yeah, we understand how this is a good deal for some people, but it doesn't work for everybody.
Blunt Man says I'm nibbling at MSTR tomorrow.
You're buying some? What do you think about it? Because I haven't been sure, because I was kind of bullish on it, but then like the same time, I'm like, you might as well buy Bitcoin, right? Because we talked about this before, that a lot of the chart for MicroStrategy doesn't look super pretty because people are hedging shorts against strategy and they're longs against Bitcoin, so they have a safety net to themselves.
Hey, Daniel Kaufman, Real Meta Crypto is calling you out in the chat.
What did Meta Crypto say?
Real Meta Crypto is coming after Daniel, saying that he's been selling Dash all month. So.
Oh yeah, now we know who Daniel's been buying his bags.
Real Meta Crypto has been selling his Dash bags to Daniel.
They should just ask you, you want to trade at OTC?
Man. Okay, let me get away from this freaking roll up here. I don't think there's anything else.
I'm super excited for you to watch the Tom Lee thing I sent you.
Oh yes, I'll go over there right
also,
now.
it talks about why the market's really dumped, guys. Okay, I don't know if Trent covered it because I wasn't here for like half the show because I had to come from my work shirt. See, I even got my work shirt on. I have a little pocket. I was thinking about taking it off. I don't know if you guys wanted to see my masculinity, so I decided to leave it on and hold it for my wife tonight. She gave me the look.
Okay.
Oh, Trent, guys, just so you know, Wednesday, my wife is having surgery, so I probably might not be here when you think I'm going to be here. But I might show up from the hospital and I'll pull a lifer and be like, guys, I'm tuning into you from the hospital Wi-Fi, and we are going into surgery right now. So anyways, I just keep us in your prayers, number one. And number two, I'm not going anywhere. She's the one that's going to surgery.
He said, I'm not going anywhere. She's the one. Oh my God. Okay, so let's see here.
Okay. Hey, she's a number one fan. Okay, she gets it.
Yes.
Thank you, Daily.
Why can I not center my screen?
We want to have another baby, Daily. So to have another baby, we have some milestones we gotta accomplish. You know, God said, "Be fruitful and reproduce," and my DNA needs to be all over this world, man. So I'm all like, "Honey, we gotta smack it and get on." I mean, not like that, but we gotta get some kids going.
I was an only child. I could never have like 5 kids.
You can never have 5 kids.
No,
How
I
many kids
could
do you think
not.
I have?
No, you have 3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but yeah, I know how many kids you have, but I'm just saying, like, the way you're talking right now makes it sound like
Well,
5 is lowballing for
so
you. You know?
well, I told her dad we wanted a dozen, but then she's had 3 C-sections, so
Yeah, that's tough.
we can't have very many more.
Yeah, it's tough.
But we wanted 5. We wanted to have 4 naturally, and we really want to adopt one. And that's because Sarah was adopted, so we kind of wanted to give back to that. And using crypto is kind of like a way of trying to get that to happen too. That's kind of like one of our dreams. So
You know what? Like, okay, look, we have never, like, God is my witness, we have never talked about this like off stream.
ever.
No, but literally, same. Like,
Right?
like Molly and I have been married for going on 9 years in February, and we haven't been able to have kids naturally. And like adoption, if you guys have ever looked at adoption, it's expensive. Like,
That's part of the problem that we have our society with all these orphans. Like,
Yeah.
it shouldn't be this expensive. It
no,
really
it
shouldn't.
should not. It should
It's
not.
It's like 50 G's.
Yeah,
or
it should
can be.
not. And everyone out there that's pro-life should also be pro-adoption. And part of being pro-adoption means fixing the system. Because there's no reason why a good family should be like
Your channel.
oh yeah, that's true, Daily.
I'm
There's no
super
reason why,
incognito.
there's no reason why a good family should have such a high barrier to entry to adopt. Like, if a family has 40 grand laying around, like,
Yeah.
why would you not want that family to be able to put that same 40 grand into bettering that kid's future?
Yeah, like a school system or food or sports or academia or
All of it, yeah.
Yeah.
Over 18 years, it's going to cost that,
yeah. Put it in the
And-
kids' college fund.
Right.
Yeah, I don't believe in college, but some people do.
Right. Like, it's the system is just it's really crazy, guys. And when you say that that's part of like your dream in crypto, like, God is my witness, we've never talked about this like off of the stream, but that's like, part of mine too, so
It'd be so
Crazy.
cool. Yeah, it is crazy.
So anyways, I'll play this.
Oh, 1 second. I wanted
Okay.
Daniel. I probably want to talk about the Pew Pew and the Discord, not because I'm already on a watch list. So I very limit the amount of things I talk about on that censure area.
Wait. You can't
Unless
just
you-
breeze
unless
past
you
that.
wanna
What do you
talk-
mean you're on a watch list?
Stuff. But if we ever talk in real life, I will talk to you and show you the coolest stuff ever. I can't openly talk anymore.
But you're not saying, guys, he's obviously not, he has a union job. He's obviously not saying he has a criminal record.
No, I don't.
Right.
I don't have
Right,
criminals.
right,
But we
right.
hire lots of criminals. Don't
But we
get me wrong. That is totally not true. In fact, most garbage companies prefer criminals, especially the union. Waste management. That's what they like. They're the Jimmy Hoffa style. Bodies disappear. That's where they started. Waste management came from Jimmy Hoffa. They have bodies at the dump to watch for bodies coming out.
What?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah. You don't think people? How do you think people disappear? They throw them in the dumpster and they go to the dump. No one will ever know. They have to have watchers.
How much does that guy get paid?
I don't know. How we throw people out all the time, Trent. Weekly, we throw people out.
What do you mean we throw people out weekly?
Homeless people sleep in dumpsters, especially recycle.
Oh man, that's so sad.
Yeah, so we throw them out, but they don't always get compacted. You start seeing them crawl out of the camera, or whatever, you know. But I remember this one story. My cousin, he threw this guy out, and he was driving down the freeway before he hit the packer button, and all of a sudden he looks in his mirror, and the guy was climbing out of his truck on the ladder on the freeway.
No.
Yeah, he's like, "You're so lucky I didn't kill you, because I usually hit the button, but I didn't hit the button that day." God always looking out, man.
Yeah.
Miracles.
Wow. Guys,
Guys,
that
if you're
has
homeless,
to be,
don't sleep in the dumpsters on garbage day.
that has to be the craziest 90 seconds you guys have ever heard on this show.
Body watchers, man.
That's sad. And look, I know I'm smiling as I'm saying that it's sad, but I'm only doing that because sometimes laughing is a coping mechanism. Like, honestly, I'm not laughing at their pain. I'm just like, I'm just like, I don't know.
Hey, you want to hear something crazy? Guys, you want to hear a crazy
on my
story?
face is just because that's wild.
Hey, I'll give you guys a crazy story. I have two of them. One I'll save for another time. Okay, another one. My dad, okay, he's been in this business for a long time, over 30 plus years. He had his yellow box out in the front of the truck. Babysitter came out. He was sitting there parked, and she drove into the front of his truck, or the yellow box. And he gets out to see if everybody's okay. There was a 5-year-old that lady was babysitting in the back seat, split her head open from here to here, and the skin rolled back. And my dad said when he looked at it, it was just white skull. That's all you saw, because she didn't wear a seatbelt. She went bam, hit her head, and she's okay. This is the story's 20 years old.
Yeah.
And we went and visited her in the hospital, and they fold it back, they peeled it back down, stitched it back up, but he ended up bringing her like some balloons and a bear because he just felt bad. And he was sitting there, though. It was the babysitter left and didn't buckle the child in the back seat. I got so many cruels. I don't know if that's cool, but I got so many crazy stories for you guys. Oh my gosh. There's another guy in my line of business. He almost died because he was pushing the packer blade back to it, and he got out to have a cigarette, and the packer blade pushed it back like this in the back of the truck, and then a piece of rebarb, and it pushed the rebarb through the seat like that, and it shot out like this far into where the guy was sitting. And he couldn't drive the truck because there was a piece of rebarb hanging out. He's like, dude, if I was in the seat when that happened, the rebarb would have shot right through him. I told you, I had no food. You're getting beer and talk. It's sorry, I distracted. So let's go back to Tom Lee.
Okay.
We're zoning back in, guys. I'm sorry.
Can you cut the music for me?
I could cut something.
Huh.
That's pretty crazy about you and the.
You'd be happy with 100.
I didn't know you were
got
thinking
back
about
by
that
the
too.
end of December, wouldn't you?
Yeah, in fact, I think it was looking good, like you said, over the weekend, and then we got a
Agent up.
dump,
I
a
thought it
decline.
just up as
Sorry,
it can go.
maybe because the
Yeah,
Bank of
PayPal
Japan looks
dumps.
hawkish.
Yeah.
But I don't think the 4-year cycle. I don't think the Bitcoin high is in place. But you're right. We were too optimistic about this happening by December. But I do think Bitcoin can make an all-time high by the end of January. So I don't think we should think the highs are in place for Bitcoin or Ethereum or crypto. So a lot of it's going to depend on equities recovering, which we expect it to, and that helps the animal spirits. And I think a new Fed chair will help. And we have, as Becky said, when people got worried about a hawkish Fed, that kind of hurts the discount models, the discounted cash flow models like AI models, but it hurts crypto models too. So if we have a dovish Fed, that's really a tailwind.
Okay, so there you go. Guys, you have Tom Lee saying that we were too optimistic to think Bitcoin all-time high by December. I don't know if he's being honest and transparent or not, but what he's telling you is that he's in the same boat as you and I. Well, he's obviously in a different boat, but he's saying that he thought that we were, running all-time high by September, traditional cycle. But now he's saying, that it's not outlandish to think that Bitcoin runs all-time highs by January, but I don't think it stops in January. I also don't know if it does hit all-time highs in January. I think it does, personally.
I'm not there.
Right. I mean, I think that a recovery can get underway in December. But anyways, let's all
I'm
jump in.
extremely optimistic for lower lows, Trent. But I do want to tell you guys one thing. Now, I think we're going to have an absolutely amazing 2026. And I think the cycles have changed. And, Tom Lee was in a me and you position. He got to where he was at because he believed in crypto. He believed in Bitcoin. He accumulated. He didn't let the FUD hit him. And look at him now. Does that guy, you just watch the thing of this guy talking, probably lost millions of dollars this last week. He's not even a little bit worried. There's no stress in his voice. He's like, dude, it's the future, man. Just accumulate. Black Friday, baby, buy it cheap.
Yeah.
You get caught with his pants down, and I can only hope. Yeah. I think in January we're gonna get that. Well, it was supposed to go up, but we didn't get up yet. But now it's up from here, and that one I might believe. First the worst, second the best.
So coming over here to the charts.
But I don't think Saylor cares, though. Saylor has a lot of stress with his dividends and his stockholders and his board members, and he's like, dude, F you all. He's like, don't believe me, it's fine. He's like, I'll ride this bitch to zero because that's what the boat he's in. And
yeah,
he's cool with that, man. He dug his bed, and I think he's going to sleep comfortably.
Well, I don't think he's going to have to sleep in it. But, yeah, so coming over here to the charts. Guys, on Lux Algo.
You don't believe in Tom Lee, did you, Trent?
Most of you know now that I'm incorporating Lux Algo into my signaling. Now I can at any time, let's see here. At any time, I can pull all of this off the screen and bring you back to the Trent that you remember. That's
the Trent.
To the Trent that you remember. By using the pure chart here, but we do see the 21 moving average up here at 90K, and we do see this higher low, this move right here, as we have a bit of a hidden bullish divergence there on the daily if we kept that as a local bottom. But anyways, let's get back to some Lux Algo. Also, this death cross on the daily, I know we talked about it as it happened, but the death cross on the daily that came in right there means that the bottom is close, if not already in. And then we came down to make this bottom right here. Like, I would not be surprised if that remained the bottom. Do I think it will be? Not exactly. It might go lower, but if it does go lower, we do have, I don't know if it goes all the way to 74. And if it held as high as like 78 or something, then what do we have? We have a potential for a very nice inverse head and shoulders pattern. So, that's something to keep in consideration. Now back to Lux Algo. Guys, I used to use Lux Algo. This is not brand new to me. As I've been saying, I took a break from it for like a year in order to force myself to learn traditional TA. So, on the daily, we had this buy signal come in, right? The trifecta is for me is a buy signal, a green trend catcher, and green money flow. Okay, so you come back here and you say you have buy signal, you have a green trend catcher, and you have green money flow, right? And on that buy signal, we had a very nice 12% move there. Let me erase all drawings. Let's see, remove 4 drawings. You come back down here, and sometimes all 3 of those things do not come at the same time, right? For example, right here you got a strong buy signal, and then the trend catcher turned green right here, and it happened to be in the same spot that the money flow turned green. So if you go from right here, not from the actual bottom, but if you wait for all 3 confirmations to come in, you still had a 32% move, right? You had a 47% move from the bottom, but the problem with that is that the strong buy signal came in before the trend catcher turned green and before the money flow turned green. So at that point, you could not be fully confident that it was solidified. Okay. So if you stuck to the strategy that I'm advocating for, and you actually waited for the trifecta, you waited for all 3 signals, buy signal, green trend catcher, green money flow. If you waited for all of that to come in, then you still picked up, over 30% gains with much less risk. So, that's that. Now, in this most recent buy signal, we had a buy signal, not a strong buy signal, just a buy signal. We had a buy signal, we had a green trend catcher, but money flow was still red. And now the trend catcher has actually turned red. So, we don't like to see that. Here's another thing that concerns me. And, when I used to use Lux Algo, they had a different oscillator. They've changed the whole thing basically. So I'm learning about it every day. And something I realized today is that this bar down here, like you'll see it turn bright red or you'll see it turn bright green up here. And what that means is that it's the confluence bar, right? So when it's bright red, like it just peaked into bright red right here. Okay. And what that tells me is that the confluence, there's 3 parts of this indicator. There's the money flow. There's the hyper wave, which is like what looks like the RSI line. And then there's there's more than 3 parts. There's reversal signals marked by the green triangles and the green dots. And there's also what's called the overflow. So there's the money flow, but there's also overflow. You can see it better on the 4 hour. Let me see here. Let me go down to a lower time frame. So when you look at the money flow, it's a little bit different than Market Cipher in the sense that this bright red shading to the money flow down here is actually called the overflow. And that signals that latecomers are coming into the trend. So here the money flow was red, it was bearish. And the overflow tells you that there are late sellers coming into the trend. There's people that are selling towards the bottom of the trend, right? Same way, same way back here. All of this overflow that's in the bright green tells you that there's late buyers coming into the uptrend. And sure enough, you get that deep green for only so long before the price actually starts to come down, right? Because the late buyers and the late sellers, the people that are late to the trend, are not the ones that get the payout. So that's a very interesting feature. And something that concerns me on the daily is that we do not have an overflow on the money flow, right? We don't have a bright red section of the money flow. In other words, we don't have people that are selling very, very late into the downtrend. The money flow is still just shaded red. It's not bright red. So that tells me that we
I
can
thought
even
doesn't
go
like the tip look bright red though?
of the money flow.
Yeah, like on the bar on the bottom. Is that what you're talking about? The one that's a circle on it.
No. I was actually, if you saw me back test it, it's actually in the. Here, I'll go back to the 4 hours so you can see it. It's actually see right here. It's actually in the money flow itself.
Yeah.
Where you see the bright red in the overall red.
Yeah, but
right?
Technically, you're right. Yeah,
Same thing right here. You have overflow in the green right here.
Yeah.
The bright red that's in the bottom bar is confluence. So this is basically telling you that every other aspect of this oscillator is in agreement. So when the bar is bright red at the bottom right here, it's telling you that every part of this oscillator agrees that it's bearish, right? Or, when it's bright green up here at the top, right? These are confluence bars. It's telling you that every aspect of the oscillator agrees that it's bullish, right? And if you line that up, with price action, you actually line it up with the beginning of this pump back here.
Yeah.
Or come back to this point. I mean, you would have front ran the pump a little bit and held through some sideways action, but back here when the confluence bar turned bright green, you would have that would have lined up with this part in the price action. So
Hey Trent.
Yeah.
I have to go in
okay.
5 minutes.
Yeah.
Are you okay if I give an overlaps of what I was thinking? Then I got to hop off.
Yeah.
That's okay. Okay.
Yeah. I'll go not too long after you, to be honest.
Okay. Well, I did come in super duper late. Trent, what type of beer are you drinking? I didn't see your can.
Oh, this is my favorite IPA that Monkish has ever released.
Ooh, it's
I got
pretty.
5 4-packs of them. They release them every Thanksgiving week.
I'll make you a deal.
Mm-hmm.
I'll send you one of those hops on tricks if you send me some of yours.
Okay.
I'll make you a deal.
Yeah. I don't need the hops on tricks, so I'll just send you some.
I'm gonna send you some anyways because
the honest truth is I might not ever drink it.
I think you will.
Okay.
I think you will, and it might be your new favorite brew. So we just have to wait and see. Guys, I just want to talk about. I'm gonna give you a quick.
You didn't hear what it was called though. It's called Cousin of Death.
That sounds so scary.
I know. Look at him. Isn't he scary?
Yeah, he's scary. He looks like something from Castle Crashers, which you could go right over your head, but it doesn't go to my head. So I'm going to come over to the monthly on Market Cipher, okay? So we came down to the 21, and we have a lot of pressure still to come down. 18, 19, we haven't had any relief yet. It's eyeballing this 50 MA. We're looking at the Stokes RSI, strength, momentum wave, money flow, VWAP, the whole thing. I would take 100% bet that we're going to see a lower low off of this on the monthly. Now, the 2 week, we have a short. We went from a 20 to a 4, which is a good sign that we maybe have a slight lighter reaction, okay? The month just started there, so we have a lot of time to go. The weekly does kind of show a little bit of rounded-ishness. Now, the question is, if you look over here on the top, we kind of got a little bit of rounded-ish here before we kind of didn't really get more. So, we can kind of go down here. We could fart around a little bit. We go a little lower. Now, a little lower on the week 2 weekly and the monthly, it could be 75K. We could wick there, okay?
Yeah.
And we can't rule that out. And on the weekly, that's the 200 MA. So we have to play it out. Now we're gonna shrink it a little bit more. Now the 5 days shows a little bit of relief, but how this is playing out in my mind's eye of back testing is there looks like to me there's a little bit of manipulation coming on. How we have a lower low, but there's such a strong signal to be pumped up. We got double green dot. So now what's going in my back of my head is maybe those ETFs want to push us down a little bit more. The 3 day, you're like, dude, come on. You're like, double green dot. You're like, we should be pumping. Why are we dumping? That makes absolutely no sense. We went from a 19 to a 17. You're like, WTF, we should have bounced right here. We're on the 200. We're bouncing up, but why are we wicking below it? That is 100% manipulation. I don't care. There's no yellow X there. There should be a yellow X there. It's probably just barely on the outside of it. The 2 day momentum still coming in. Now, all of a sudden, we have all this downwards momentum trying to push us down even lower. No, that's manipulation 100%. We went from a 10, 17, 22, 25, or 23, picking up steam. And also, we're going to a negative 10. No. That's some type of weird BS going on that we have going on. We did get a nasty rejection off the 21 too. So they just keep that in mind. Now we go to the 12-hour shows. It's farting around with the 21. It kind of has a little bit of curvature. It's like, should we go lower? Should we go higher? We should go lower. This is the type of stuff I don't like to trade. It's some sort of nasty chop, man. Get that confirmation. Hang out on the sidelines. Get your green dots. Those ones would have played if it wasn't for the manipulation guy. Here's your third one. You would have got that. You got your gains. Got the red dot. Get out. This is right here. Is you're in the middle of a wave, okay? Don't be playing that chop. That's where you get hurt. Now, like the 4 hours, like we're gonna go up. We're gonna go down. We're gonna go up. Now, what I really want to point out is the 1 hour actually looks pretty good. I think it probably even looks even good on Lux Algo, even though it's an algo, but I like the Lux part. We have a head and shoulder pattern right here. Call me the Sammy shoulder handy. Okay, you totally got it right there, and boom, we could. I would argue
we do have just to confirm your suspicion. We do have a buy signal on the 1 hour on Lux Algo. We have a green confluence bar. Money flow just moved into the green.
Well,
but the trend catcher has not yet turned green, so that would be the last
signal. And
yeah.
I totally respect that why it doesn't get there, because if you're looking at Market Cipher, we had very weak signal here, like I almost wanted to turn into a trigger wave. Now it didn't get there. So that's probably why it hasn't triggered yet on Lux Algo. Now, the reason why I'm talking about this is, guys, we were talking about this earlier in the Discord. I said we got the yellow X, and we get a second yellow X. And I pointed out, I was like, dude, manipulation. But I'm like, we got the green dots. If you put your long ends, you've been okay. You've been writing this out. Yeah, you would be up in profit now. Even though you would have had some downtrend to try to fake you out, you would be up in profit, looking like you're going to be coming up to the 50 or even the 200, or we could actually break above it and just stars align, and it should be great. But you had that ability to project to make money, and we called it in the Discord. Now, manipulation, you can't help it. You can get in or get out. And if you get out, first yellow X is the strongest, second yellow X is getting the weaker signal, and look at that. It's the weakest, and we now on a reversal. We have an inverted head and shoulder pattern looking pretty good. We're going to come over to the 15-minute. Actually, is that even there on the 1 hour or no? No, I don't see on the 1 hour. But the 15-minute, we are probably going to retest the 21, even though we have a head and shoulder pattern. Or it's possible because we got bearish div. I'm going to cut through this wick. I don't give a frick about the wick. We'll cut into it. Boom. And then a boom. And we got a little bit of, we have a red dot. I'm going to move it up so you can see a red dot. We got strength coming down, Stokes coming down, VWAP coming down. Money flow is kind of plateauing, which means we probably only come back down to 86,600. So that's $300-400. Maybe I'll come in a little below it. We could even come to like 86,200 and then come right back up above it. Rejection off the 50, or we call it. So it may or may not be a thing. Now I have a few more minutes of my time. I wanted to take it and look at the liquidation heat map.
Mhm.
What happened today? What were we looking at in the 24-hour? Okay. Well, where are we at? We came up. Where are we at? Where the hell is the liquidity? Is it a 24-hour? That doesn't make any sense. We're going to go a little bigger of a time frame. Okay. We came up. We cut that liquidity. Wow, that's really interesting, actually, Trent. There's not a whole lot of liquidity that pulled us down. I mean, if that's not manipulation, I don't know what the hell it is.
Yeah.
Like, why would they pull us down? What? Why?
Yeah.
I guess we had a little bit. Now I see it on the weekly. We have a little bit over here. We kind of came down, came up, came down. Is this what's today's date? Oh, this is December 1st. So this is the 30th.
That looks like a hell of an inverse head and shoulders.
This is where we started. And we came down and we cut into this wave, which actually makes more sense to cut into this wave versus continuing up. Because we already cut through that. I mean, there's not a whole lot up. So it made more sense for us to come down, cut into that. We almost cut into that. We probably should have went down a little lower, man, to be totally ballistic. And maybe we will go lower because there was a little bit of wave down there. Holy cow. Pull up the 2 week. Ooh, yeah. Yeah. You know what I'm going to predict, Trent? I bet you, looking at this chart right here, this liquidity heat map, I'm willing to bet they'll probably cut up into a little higher. Let's say we hit this pocket right here. Or we might even be able to come up below the 90s. Really get those short stockpiling down here. Or longs, and then coming back down and smacking them, dude. Look at that fat liquidity down there, 105 million at 83,000. I bet you this inverse head and shoulder will play out. We come up, get to like 90K, make a lower high, and boom, we come back down, kind of make a elongated pattern down. I was trying to make it, but I effed up the chart, so kind of down like that, make a lower high. That's what I'm seeing. What's going to happen? We get relief rallies in crypto. That's not unheard of. And on that note, guys, if you haven't already and you really, really want to know how to do it, I have something to tell you that is going to blow you away. So this is the biggest thing when it comes to trading, okay? Just so you guys know. Oh, am I not on the screen, Trent?
Oh, let me see. You are, but you still have the liquidation map up.
Oh, really? I didn't realize I did have that up. Actually, I did realize that, but I was just trying to scroll fast because apparently Trent shares a lot on Twitter, and so I have to scroll kind of far. Ooh, I'm almost there. Scrolling. It might not even be what's scrolling. Oh my gosh, Trent, how long do I have to scroll for?
Just show our normal thing. No, just show our pinned post. Because
What?
Yeah, just show our pinned post because the deposit bonus is not up. It's not live.
Well, I can't find it, guys. If you want to learn how to trade, check out our link in the description. Okay, BitFi. I was trying to find it, but apparently, the beer hit me faster than I could think. So, I was trying to be quicker than my brain, but apparently my words could talk so fast. On that note, I'll be back tomorrow. You'll be back tomorrow. Trent will be here tomorrow, guys. And I'm gonna go take a shower and wash my man parts and go eat some dinner. So I'll talk to you guys later.
Go Bucks, by the way. Shout out for that win on Saturday.
Oh, your shirt says uh-oh.
Ohio.
Oh. I saw the two O's and I saw oh. I was like, it's either Santa shirt or...
The answer to that is that J Powell said nothing today.
Yeah, Trent, you should go cover in the 5 minutes, do a speed run of the 2 coins that we got in the chat.
Yeah.
AVAX and LCX.
Got you.
Later, Daily. Hey, Trent.
Yep.
Later, everybody. Later, D, not you. Later, Zerka. Later, Muffet. Everybody. I gotta go.
ALCX. Okay. I'm gonna do ALCX, but real quick, Bitcoin here on the weekly on Luxalgo, we're underneath a sell signal, but a couple of things to note about that. The trend catcher is red, so you have 2 of the 3 confirmations, but the money flow is still green as of right now, and the confluence bar is not showing bright red. So that's showing you that not everything in this oscillator agrees on bearishness, right? One of the reasons for that is actually the hyperwave, the RSI wave, is so low down here, right? Like it's so low, and you see that green dot right here. It is wanting to reverse. The price is trying to find a level to reverse from. So there's that on the weekly. For Cardano Spotlight, I'm going to cover the chart. And for the weekly on Cardano on Luxalgo, we're underneath a strong sell signal with a red trend catcher. The money flow is bearish, but it's been more bearish. So, for example, in the bear market back here, look at all of this overflow right here, the deep red. So the money flow is bearish, and the confluence bar is bearish, meaning that everything in the oscillator agrees that it's bearish. So, I would not expect this to change necessarily until we see some change here on the weekly. So we go down to lower time frames, go to the daily. You do see on ADA, you do see overflow coming in here to the money flow. What this tells you is that late sellers are coming into the trend, right? The confluence bar has been bright red for some time now, and you have late sellers coming into the trend, right? So, the hyperwave is coming down for one more bottom, it looks like. The hyperwave is the RSI line. So, I do expect a lower low, but we'll see how that pans out. But the overflow is what I'm really interested in right here on the daily, because this signals late sellers coming into the trend, and it's it's those who are late to the trend that get wrecked. So late sellers are coming into the trend, into the downtrend on the daily, and that tells you that the price is searching for a bottom at any level here. So 4 hour. On the 4 hour, we have a sell signal, a red trend catcher, red money flow, but the money flow is actually moving up. And you have this green dot here on the hyperwave, the RSI line, it's moving up. Now you want to see it, you don't want to see it come up here to the 50 level or approach the 50 level and then reject. But for right now, the hyperwave is coming up on the 4 hour. So the price is searching for some bullishness. You come down to the 1 hour, and now you see that if you actually took this signal back here, we had a buy signal on the 1 hour for ADA, green trend catcher, but that last signal did not come into play, which is green money flow. you know, the money flow wave is this this red part right here, but the money flow is coming up, and you know, it's trending up. It's pinching, you know, at this point, and it could turn green. So, you know, verdict is out on that. This green triangle down here is actually a reversal signal, and it actually marked the exact bottom on the 1 hour. Shortly after that, trend catcher turned green. Several candles after that, buy signal came in, and that led to a almost 4% pump. So there you go. There's ADA, and we will cover LCX or ALCX USDT. And let's see here. Who asked for this? DZ. Oh, no. DZ. Yeah. ACLX got you right now. You have a buy signal. Well, let me get off the 1 hour. Let me show you 4 hour. Okay, so 4 hour on Lux Algo, you do not have a buy signal, but man, look at those wicks. Hyperwave is coming up. And money flow might turn green here on the 4 hour. Look at that. Look at how pinched it's getting right there. But you know, the trend catcher is all the way up here at $12.38. You know, which makes sense why it's like wicking up to that point so hard. I would say that, you know, 4 hour, if money flow turns green, you might come back up to 12.38. Because on the 1 hour, you do have a buy signal. But that buy signal is not confirmed according to my strategy, according to my trifecta, because the trend catcher is still red, that needs to turn green. Money flow is still red, that needs to turn green. And the hyperwave is already getting overextended. It's overbought here above 80. So it's overbought, and the trend catcher is still red, and the money flow is still red. So I would not think that it's going to have a sustained pump anytime soon, other than a wick. So that's my analysis. Hey, what's up, Daniel Ghazi? What is a late seller? Not you. A late seller is the same thing as a late buyer. A late seller is someone who is shorting the end of the downtrend, right? So on the green money flow, when you get overflow, like a deep green spot in the money flow, it's showing you that late buyers are coming in. People that are buying near the top, right? So on ADA, on the daily, it's showing you that people are selling near the bottom. So yeah, I mean, interesting stuff. And there you go, guys. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of the Blockchain Brew Show. Thank you guys for everything that you do. You guys make this community what it is. No channel is better than its community, and you guys show up and talk to us. You guys show up and build community with us. So thank you. Thank you, Daniel Ghazi. Thank you, Not You. Thank you, DZ. Thank you, Daily. Thank you, Real Meta Crypto. Thank you, Blunt Man. Thank you, Daniel Kaufman. I hope your dash pumps. Thank you. Muffhead, thank you, LT. Thank you, Zerka. Thank you, Amelia, aka Based Philosophy Mom. And there you go. Cheers.